All right, you guys, we are just a little bit early. This is part of our health and wellness, Hellness to Wellness program. And I just wanted to start. I already see a bunch of people on here, and just wanted to literally send out a couple things of gratitude and thanks because mostly everybody's been good to me. I've had a couple people that haven't been, but mostly the people that haven't been is because we had some technology glitches at the beginning, and so I just wanted to apologize for that. It was not our intention to make it hard to join to Zoom, and then the bot didn't work for a little while, and some other things like that. And anyway, and thank you, Jamie, for your nice comments to you and your knowledge. Like, I've really worked hard and on this because, again, my goal is to reach, teach, and heal the world by serving the patient in front of me. And the most, there's a couple things that really bother me when I'm working with patients in practice. One of them is when people say, I wish I would have known you or a doctor like you before we started. So that's always a motivating factor. Of course, there's a financial thing where I really want to, I wish I won the lottery so that I could have a free clinic, and I wish that it was more accessible. I wish the medical system, the healthcare system was different. And anyway, so I just wanted to just be really genuine and authentic for a minute and say thanks. I also got to say thanks to my amazing team. One is literally my right-hand guy, Jose, who we've been working together for a couple years, started working together, and then he had an opportunity to move to the other state of Idaho, which is Boise, and then he came back, and I'm happy that our pathway crossed. He's always doing things to make my life easier and doing all the video editing and everything like that. The other one is Macy, my virtual assistant. She was my in-office assistant for a couple years, and then she was walking down the street, slipped on the curb, and became pregnant and couldn't work with me anymore, and has this darling little girl. She does all of our virtual stuff, and so she is my proofreader and my email coordinator and my cheerleader and my rah-rah, and probably I wouldn't even finish the week if she wasn't like, you got this. Like, she's going to be an awesome mom because she was just like, get yourself up, brush yourself off. It's just technology. We're going to get going. I also wanted to say thanks to everyone in my team from over at the West Clinic and just everybody over there. You know, Misty, Jody, Gina, Shelby, who's the world's greatest nurse practitioner, Dr. Nelson, who's a 2-time Doctor of the Year award winner, Jess, Betty, Natalie, Joyce, everyone over there has made this possible. And I really am committed to getting knowledge out. Like, that's the most important thing that I do. The word root docere means doctor. And what that means is docere means to teach. And I had a great role model in my dad, and I just want to follow that. So it's been a ton of work. I go to practice, till about 5. We come over here, we would get prepped. Then we would run the show. Then we would do our videos that we're promoting the next day, and then literally go home, pass out, start it all over. I've got a funny way to show you how I like to decompress from this, but it's been a really, really good week, and we have some amazing things that are happening. Like, we have obviously day 5, we have a contest winners, we have a second place, we have third place, and then we have a whole bunch of people that have qualified because of the hashtag 23. But I also wanted to just remind everybody that we did this 3 years ago, and it was really, really tough. We did it a little while later, and it was still really, really, and I was so fresh. I'm like, I'm never doing that again. Now, with Jose and Macy's help inside the studio, I just want to remind everybody, like, we're going to do it again. I have a couple different programs that I'd like to do. And if you were not the grand prize winner, we have someone else that's volunteered a program package for someone for their September challenge, which is on arthritis. So let me tell you a little bit about arthritis to precursor that, in September, there's over 100 types of arthritis: osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, autoimmune arthritis, crystalline deposition disease, gout, pseudo gout. Like, there's over 100 different definitions, and there's so many non-surgical, non-prescriptive ways to treat them. And we're going to run it back. It's going to program. It's going to be just like this one, where there's a benefit to literally sharing the hashtags and helping promoting the word and some other things. I also wanted to make sure that my number one goal is to give value and to give ideas of how to help people at home. That's why we talked about Ragland's test. That's why we talked about the Broda Barnes temperature test. That's why we talked about journaling, and now all of these free reports. If you haven't seen the reports that we've been putting together, if you need them, please message us in the Messenger Concierge. If you need to make a comment, like we have why we get sick and what to do about it. We have a blood sugar report. We have a calcium report. And the purpose why I wrote those is that I want people to have options, to know how they can be helped, and what we can do across the street, across the country, what you can do for diet. Remember, we have that diet and supplement review giveaway. I really want to make sure that people get served in this process. And then I need a little bit of feedback. So as we put this together, I just felt like I just wanted to give people an opportunity to work with this further, if you'd like. So I want to make an offer in this program. It's coming later, about how we can, literally, we have been able to work with labs and vendors, and I don't want to use his name. We have a client that really has done some neat things to help subsidize some programs and offers. And so with everyone, would you please, is it okay to give you an offer if you want to work more with us? I just want to give me some permission, a thumbs up or a yes or whatever that's coming later, that I can we can save you thousands and thousands of dollars, and we can really clean up the supplements and confusions from all the stuff that's out there, and where to get good quality building blocks and vitamins and minerals and some other things. And so anyway, I just wanted to make sure I got everybody's permission to do that. Tammy's saying hi, Jamie's saying hi. There's some neat stuff that's available, and we have, it's not inexpensive. It is an investment, but I can't believe how low we've been able to get it, working directly with the labs and getting some sponsors from technology companies and some of our patients that literally have done so well in life, they just want to give back. So some exciting things over there. So I'm opening up the chat, and I'm looking at just some funny things. Jamie said, thanks for your knowledge. Hi, Becky. Florida represent. I don't know where you are in Florida. Of course, we've done some work together in the past. Sandra said, you guys are the best. Sandra, a big hope. I haven't heard an update for your daughter for a while. I hope everything's great. You guys were so fun to work at. Sarah said, you wouldn't be without us. Dave said hi from Pennsylvania. I hope to see you out on our dirt bikes. Cindy, hi down in Utah. I mean, just some really neat comments of yes, double thumbs up. Lori says yes. Jamie, I'm always late. Yes, I'll send you the message. Okay. All right, you guys, here is, let's jump right in and start talking about what we can do to have a better 2023 and a 2024, and then what resources and stuff are available. And so here's what our program is. So the day 5, the goal was to make a great plan moving forward, and for you to be aware of some resources that we can do to find out problems. So whether you do work with me or you do somewhere else, I want to empower you. I'm not the only one that does this. It's just that I'm the only one that I think has organized it this effectively for some tests and some other things. And so I just wanted to bring in mind, there's some amazing tests that are available that you can be aware of. Now, I wanted to remind everybody this. I've taken care of so many people over the years that have come in and they literally have said this. If I would have known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself. And that's why I put this picture up here of saying, look, you get one car in life. You can't replace the car. It's hard to get an overhaul, a new heart and a new kidneys. And I mean, it's possible to do some transplant, but it's better if we just make it so that we don't have that. And one of the things that I wanted to tell everybody is it's the most important asset in your life is your health. And so this is why it's so important to eat right, to have good thoughts, to get enough water, to prayer, meditate, walking, exercise, using your muscles, using your brain. You remember, out of all the things that come into the office, you guys, probably the thing that is most concerning to me is senile dementia and forgetfulness and brain fog and things like that. Like, I don't want, like, I can handle gray hair and wrinkles. Like, I don't even care. Even though I cut my hair like super short, I have basically a beautician that gives me a little gray spot over here. And of course I'm joking, like, I can handle gray hair and wrinkles. I can't handle not being able to think. And one of the things that's so important is you got to use your brain. So if there's a takeaway, that to read things, to learn things, to journal, to write, to do hobbies, things with your hands, crossword puzzles, Sudoku, memorizing things, listening to music, especially some of the older music, the Brandenburg concertos. This is just, I'm going off a little bit. The Bach Brandenburg concertos are so nice to replay the music and stuff in your brain. And so if you don't use it, you lose it, and you don't get another body. So if there's no other takeaway, the takeaway is just take care of this. Take care of your system, take care of your body, do your very best to have healthy and fulfilling health relationships. And anyway, so you guys, this is, no one teased me too bad about this. This is how I like to recharge. My wife convinced me, hey, you've got to go with me and to get a pedicure. And I hope this doesn't come across as too alpha male. I was like, not a chance. I don't do that stuff. I'm an alpha male. And she's like, come on. Well, women have amazing negotiating power. I said, absolutely. I am not going. Obviously, this is me in the chair here getting my feet worked. It's awesome. Like, I think pedicure, like, the greatest. It's so relaxing. I try not to take anything with me. You can see I'm just in there, like, listening to the chatter that's going around. And this is a relaxing, happy space. So if anybody saw this and tried to, blackmail me or something like that, you can't, because now it's out there that Dr. J gets his feet worked on, and I really like it, and I really enjoy it, and I'm glad my best friend and my significant other convinced me to go do this. It was like taking a horse to water. I'm like, I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to do this. I guess I'll go with you. And then the next thing, here I am in the chair. Okay. So here's what our agenda looks like for tonight. We're going to check in. We're going to just kind of really quick go over the workshop. And you guys remember this. We have we have a free gift to everyone that wants to take advantage of this. And how many people have we taken advantage of it? Okay. So we have double-digit people that taken advantage of this. We are offering to do a free gift for you. A takeaway is a supplement review. Like, you go to this link, and the link is, okay, Macy's sending it out to everybody, the link, and we'll do a supplement review, and then we'll do a diet. And here's the neat thing about the diet. It's what you eat every week. It has phenomenal recipes, and it has a shopping list. It's easy to use. All we need is some information for it. Like, it's usually we charge an office visit and then a consult fee. It's a $500 value. All we ask is for that you literally help with spreading the word about this. And so that's all we do. And we've had a lot of people take advantage of it. I hope you take advantage of it too. We want to thrive and live your best life now. And then we want to talk about the workshop or the scholarship winner. And then I also want to share with you just a kind of a recap of what we've been through and how we can live a better life within you. Remember this, there's a couple rules to follow. You are what you eat, and you are what you absorb. So you want to eat as healthy and clean as a live food as possible. Literally anything that is too processed or too touched by man, it's been my experience, it's not as healthy for you as the clean eating or clean living. And so one of my patients taught me this truth. I really like it. She said, hey, Dr. West, I like to say that you just want to eat food close to the ground. And I thought for a minute she meant like, carrots and, beets and potatoes. And that's not what she meant. What she meant is this, that the closer it is to nature, the healthier it is for you. Like, for example, a carrot is great. If we take a carrot out of the ground and wash it and we turn it into carrot cake, it's not close to the ground and it's not as healthy. So I just want to remind people, like, as healthy, as clean as possible. Day number 1, we want to talk about the test that you can do at home. That's the blood pressure test. Remember, if you take your blood pressure lying down, and it should be 120/80, pulse rate of 60 to 90, then we immediately stand up, take the blood pressure. Again, this is called Ragland's test. Your blood pressure should go up 6 to 10 beats. Your pulse rate should stay the same. A lot of times people are chronically stressed, they just don't feel that great. And so what happens is, under chronic stress patterns, what happens is they run out of juice. And what happens is the body literally cannot keep up. And so it tries to make the heart beat faster. And so when you have a fluttering heart, if you are lying down and you stand up too quick, or you up from a seated position, you get lightheaded, you have adrenal exhaustion and cardiac fatigue, in my experience and in my opinion. That's test 1. The next test you can do is so good for your hormone health and your thyroid function, is to take your temperature every day, 5 days if you're a male, 7 days if you're a female, and you're looking at, you want to make sure you're right around 98 degrees. If your temperature is consistently less than 97 degrees, it's a functional hypothyroid or less acting thyroid. I think it's even better than doing conventional blood tests to tell us if your hormones are functioning. Those are just 2 really neat insights to helping you. Day 2, we talked about barriers to healing. Matter of fact, this is a fun giveaway. Here's what we're going to do as a giveaway. This is for my favorite easy supplement, vitamin D, vitamin K. How many barriers to healing are there? If someone can whip that out, okay, man. Okay, I'm going to have to give away 2 there, because I say there's 7 in the workbook, but there's really 8. So I'm going to give it to Chris and Amy about that. Macy, if you'll get me a note here. It was nice to talk to Amy this morning. We're doing some more intensive work together. And I promise, she didn't know then. I didn't even tell her that a test question was coming up. But anyway, barriers to healing. Wednesday, we talked about blood tests. And literally, we want to be looking at the immune system. Is the white blood cell count healthy? Are the red blood cells healthy? And then remember the mnemonic for the white cell concentrations. Never let my engine blow. Also, we're looking Thursday about the different vitamins. There's so much power in different vitamins and minerals and protomorphogens and peptides and essential fatty acids. I've literally been told so many times, I didn't think that I could ever get better. And what we're trying to do, we want people to improve. If you put the building blocks in place, if you clean up your diet, if you get a sleeping sanctuary, if you put parameters around toxic relationships or avoid toxic relationships, sometimes they're unavoidable. And what happens is that literally we can start liberating the body and getting it into a sense of control. Okay, let's see. Contest winner, it's coming up. We have some people that have worked really hard, and also if you didn't win, you have a head start on everybody else. And that what we can do to be healthy and to get ahead of things. Okay, so that's coming. All right, check in, runner-up, virtual visits, it's coming. All right, I just wanted everybody to remember the takeaways. And the takeaways, we have a whole bunch of resources for you. I write all the time. I've written 8 books. I don't know how many reports that I put together. I'm just coming out. So I've done a couple books that are like not good. I'm embarrassed about them. But I've written basically, I'm going to say 3 main books and a whole bunch of ebooks. So we have Hidden Secrets to Curing Your Chronic Disease, which is right here. You can get it here. You can get it on Amazon. We have another one called Hidden Secrets to Daily Living, which is all about the hacks and everything that you can do in your life. Gives you recipes and ideas of how to be healthy and journaling and everything else. Then I wrote one of the Clean Eating Guide, How to Eat Clean. And then our latest book, it's called From Incurable to Incredible, The Amazing Power of Ozone. And then we have all of these giveaway, the blood sugar report, how to immediately get rid of blood sugar cravings, the calcium report, the reasons why we get sick. I guess that's book number 4. So there's 5 books, and then tons of information that'll really help you to live a better quality of life. I couldn't help myself. Basically, it's like, what are you doing? You're totally overwhelming people. I do have an apple cider vinegar report. I love apple cider vinegar. It's helpful for so many things. It's good for stress. It's good for digestion. It's good for bowel function. It's good for excessive sweating. It's good for skin health. It's good for your immune system. It's really good for your hair, skin, and nails. And so I did a whole report on it. I think it's about 11 or 12 pages. Like, it's one of my longer, simple reports, but that is available. That's coming out. Okay. All right. We already kind of went through the days. I got ahead of myself. This is day 5. And literally I've also kind of determined like who I want to work with. And so, of course, everybody on this program is invited. And what I mean by that is I want to tell you a little story about a patient that was a bad fit for us. And here's what I mean by that. That's no one on this, but I need to tell you, I had a lady come from back east over 2,500 miles to my railroad town in Idaho. And she walked in and she said, hey, it's taken me so much time to get here. And then she said this: I've been to 27 different doctors. They haven't helped me. You're not going to be able to help me. And I'm only here because my husband and my kids wanted me to be here. And then she got into the closed position and she said this. And she said, okay, now what are you going to do? And I told her, I'm not going to do anything. I'm the wrong doctor for you. And she said, what do you mean? And I said, no, it's my belief system. You've got to believe in something for doctors to help you. It's just not me. Like, if you go to a surgeon and you say, I don't believe that surgery can help me, I would argue that's not going to help you. So I wanted to make sure that like people know like who we're trying to help is people looking for answers, committed to their health, wanting to know the root cause. And that's where all the testing and stuff comes from. That the patient history and the testing is so important, and people taking responsibility for the health, and people that want to live, not just exist. Like I feel so bad for when people come in and they're saying, look, I'm just eking by. I'm not suicidal, but I understand why people are suicidal. And so we see that, who it's not for in this process. Okay. If we don't have, hope in the process or some type of faith, and it's not faith in what I'm doing, it's faith in the life, I think it's really hard to help people. And people that don't take responsibility for their health or they don't think that their health is that important, or they can abdicate it for someone else, or they want a quick fix, or if they won't change their lifestyle, then this idea of how to help people isn't going to work. Like, you got to take responsibility, you got to believe in something, and you've got to be willing to change. And I love the Greek word root to change. I'm not trying to get religious on anybody, but it means to repent, right? Repent means to change. So like literally you got to take your health and you need to change. Okay. Now, sometimes I've had a whole bunch of people ask me lately, like, well, Dr. West, like, I see you on this channel, like, who are you? So maybe here's a consideration why to listen. I've been written several books, a 2-time of the Doctor of the Year award winner. I've written an Amazon bestseller on how to be healthy. I've been a best-selling author. I've been on Fox News a ton, especially during COVID. I was a Fox News contributor. I've had a radio show called America's Healer. I love to read, and I always want to be cutting edge. I have learned so many neat things from patients that have come in and said, did you know about, the apple cider vinegar example. I also wanted to give a big shout out to my friends in Blaine County, Idaho. They know who they are. That she said, hey, you need to look at, Delora said, you need to look at peptides. I'm like, what are peptides? I learned how to do peptides. I've learned so many things for people. And what I say, look, I don't care where I get the information. I don't have to be in a seminar. I don't have to be in a university. If someone tells me something and we go and research it, really good outcomes. And I wanted to walk you through some patient success stories. This is really fun. This is one of my favorite ones. This is Kylie. diagnosed with Lyme disease, came into the office literally on her hands and knees, been through tons of unsuccessful antibiotics, then was in a wheelchair. This is actually her at the top of, a base camp at Mount Everest. And she's got a wonderful video that's available on YouTube. I tried to play it in here and I couldn't get the sound to work. So I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to do just pictures. Another one, we have a chronic viral infection. We've got Lyme disease. This is such a cool one behind, I got the layers wrong, that said, I just couldn't sleep before. We've got an incredible patient that literally put the beat down on cancer support therapy. She just flew through this process. Another one, this is the third time participating. I made an appointment with my primary care provider. I told him this test and he ordered them for me, still waiting results. I'm drinking more water. My next goal is to add exercise. This is so motivating for us as a team to go help people. Brandon's amazing story of literally being sick for his entire adult life and getting into the office. And we deliberately make our office and our online where we want to make it personal and we want to make it fun. And it's not always about your health. It's about your health and your journey and your physical and your mental and how are you living? It's not just about, let's give you something and make it go away. Katie's on our program tonight. Katie's special to me, comes from the other part of Idaho, the Boise part, and Jana coming up, beating their disease. Also, Jennifer comes from literally Louisiana for us, and Noah came and beat his autoimmune condition. So many different stories. One of the special things that I get to tell you is this. I wasn't sure that I believed my dad at the beginning. He said this, Jason, you are going to be able, when you really dial in and commit to the universe, that you're going to give everything you got to patients. Sometimes some of your best friends in life are actually your patients. And this is one of my dear friends, Denny. We were able to help her beat a condition. And now we've seen literally parts of her whole family. All right, here's the big picture. Here's what we want. This is what I hope that every healthcare provider would do, is to assess and to create an agreement and then apply the medical history, all of the testing into a system that helps you to achieve and maintain optimal health. And so one of the ways that we wanted to do that for you, or at least tell you some of the things that, I got so much feedback yesterday saying, hey, Dr. West, you just data dumped on us. You gave us so many ideas and vitamins and minerals. One of the ways that I can really help to serve you is to help you to get a custom supplement, a bottle. Of course, now it disappeared on me. And what it does is we literally can put what you need inside of one bottle. So we can do one bottle, one formulation, and we can make this specifically for you off of the testing. Okay, so here's what it looks like right here. This is my bottle. I was the first person that did this. I was tired of pill fatigue. I used to tell people, I don't feel bad for anybody taking nutritional supplements unless they take more than me. And I've only met a handful of people that take more than me. So I was taking 54 a day, 18 in the morning, 18 at lunch, and 18 at night. And it was all this, I want alpha-lipoic, it scrubs off the cells. And I want berberine because it helps with my metabolism. And I want glycerylphosphocholines because it's helpful for my brain. And of course I want vitamin C and vitamin A and vitamin E and vitamin D3. And I also want to have, some type of fats in there. And then I want magnesium and calcium and selenium and manganese. Anyway, and so I ended up with this huge pill volume. And my wife would tease me. She's like, look, you don't, you have a supplement store in your house. And I would say, well, that's because I don't want to skip everything that comes in the office. I don't want blood pressure problems. I don't want prostate problems. I don't want stomach problems. I don't want rigid nails and I don't want, psoriasis. And I know there's all these things. And so I was my first patient. I made this. I got all of that into here. And so that's one of the things that's available inside working with us at a higher level is we can do this amazing thing where we can literally put it all into one supplement. So it's literally formulated just for you. You get the highest quality ingredients. It reduces the pill fatigue. It's easier to travel. And one of the neatest things is it really helps to save money. Because for me, the average, basically supplement is somewhere between $31 and I think $47. And so if I have 18 of those, like I'm literally spending $500-600 a month. And like no one wants to take the pills, put on a piece of bread, put another piece of bread on it, and have a pill sandwich. And so now I was able to consolidate that all down into 9 pills. So 3 in the morning, 3 at night, and 3 in the evening. You can get everything literally into one pill. So it's really fun to do that. We also have some current people in our system, Mary and Steve and Sarah and Katie and Alexis. Like we've got them. Like it's so fun to work with people on a consistent basis. We call this our Thriver program. And the goal is this, is people, my team was teasing me. They're like, hey, Dr. West, when are you going to stop doing these little programs and videos and stuff? And I'm like, okay, when there's no more sick people, that's when I'm going to stop. And they chuckled at me and they said, well, that's a big, hairy, audacious goal. And I said, well, I feel like the little boy that's walking down the beach, all these starfish are swept up on the beach, and he's picking them up and he's throwing them back into the ocean. And someone comes by and says, why are you doing that? There's no way that you can help all these starfish. You can't save all of them. And the little boy picked up a starfish and he threw it in the ocean. He's like, well, I made a difference to that one. And so that's what I was trying to do, is like, let's just make a difference. So if we want to keep working together, here's a couple ideas. Here comes what this looks like, and I'm excited to present it to you. And so this is what we call this, our inner circle. This is our Thriver program. And our Thriver program is, I want to take people that are out of hope and out of time and out of options and raise them up here. And I want to take the people that are up here and that actually feel pretty good, like I would be one of those, and I want to live like up here off the screen, because I don't want to just function. I want to thrive, and I want that statement of health that is the complete freedom to be healthy physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritual, not just the absence of symptoms. And so one of the things that inside of this program that we do is we do these customized lab tests, which I get to walk through in just a minute. We do a personalized report of findings. We do a report for your inner circle. So as we put all this information together from these tests, one of the things that I love doing, and I make these videos for everybody, this is actually what the video looks like. I'm not going to play it for very long because I can't get the sound to work. So I just wanted to show you real quick what these customized videos look like. Hey, John Sample, I've got your blood test results here and your heavy metals. This is me your telling someone, test. Hey, I just got your report. Going through this, we can see some reasons why you don't feel system or the program. And now let me tell you what levels really low. And so we do those customized reports, and it's so nice because when you do that for people and we do a video report, then when they're like, hey, I wonder what he said, or why am I taking this calcium, or why do I need to take glycerylphosphocholine or this digestive enzyme? You can go back and look at it. And then the second thing that we do for people is we do what's called an inner circle report. Custom report. And inside of this inner circle report, I'm Dr. West, is we volunteered to do this for I really want your spouse or your kids or your parents or people that are worried about you. We don't go into and divulge any medical disinformation. Matter of fact, so John, you are the one that controls this. This is inside of a HIPAA protected, and there was kind of some different HIPAA protected video system that only you have access to. But here's why I wanted to do that, is because so many times what happens when people say, hey, what did you go to the doctor for? And they want a diagnosis. And so you'll say, well, my diagnosis is myalgic encephalopathy or chronic Lyme disease or shingles or rotator cuff or whatever else. And then your inner circle will say, well, what does that, what treatments are you doing? And so what I do is I create a video for you that you can pick this up, and on your phone, you literally can say, oh, well, this is what happened in my doctor's office. And you can show people, I call it the inner circle report. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because I want the least amount of barriers to healing for people. We put together a 12-month supply of the personalized vitamins. We have one-on-one virtual appointments. We have a weekly question and answer period every Wednesday night. And we have an incredible mind-body healer component that literally we can do virtually. It's online. It's our secret weapon, and our secret weapon, her name is Kelly Watney, And Kelly works with me in the office. She's been working with me for 5 years, and she literally helps to deal with the energy. She taught me how to do box breathing. She taught me how to do Wim Hof breathing. She's taught me how to stand in front of a mirror and like myself and not be a crazy workaholic. She has this amazing mind-body component that is part of our ongoing program. And I'm going to walk you through exactly what it comes through. Also, we have all of these amazing online library are the articles that we've been categorizing and all the podcasts. We've been done over 150 special programs on things like arthritis and cancer support therapy, Lyme disease, Epstein-Barr, lymph node drainage, irritable bowel syndrome, infertility, hormone imbalance, cyclic headaches, chronic headaches, sinus headaches. I actually got published in the medical literature for the management and resolution of chronic headaches, so that's something that I really like. And then, of course, we have a whole community that we put together. Now, this whole program to do all of these tests, so literally it's the toxic metals, it's the hormones, the brain optimization, mold tests, cardiometabolic, food allergies, micronutrient, parasites, complete blood cell count, metabolic panel, and the DNA diet. And it is not $6,000. Don't have a heart attack. It is a fraction of this cost. Like, we've been able to go out and negotiate some amazing rates because of the volume. But if you were to go out and take it to your primary health provider or the hospital system, like, it's over $6,000 of tests. And the reason why we do this is it's so important to understand what we're dealing with. If we can figure out what is the imbalance or the deficiency or the excess or the hormones insufficiency or the thing that's poisoning your nervous system and poisoning your, literally poisoning your body, you can't get rid of things, and you can get toxic fat syndrome, and then your body won't release it, and everything you eat, you hold on to, like all of that. When we start doing these extensive tests, now what we can know, like, this is exactly what's wrong. And then that DNA diet, like, it's one of my favorite things because it literally tells you this is the things that you need to be careful of from a genetic perspective. And when people have done that, not only do their health get better, their metabolism gets better, like, it's incredible. We can do that. And then I told you about the video report of findings and the report of findings for your inner circle, the customized supplement to one formula, one bottle for a year. Like, everything's covered in a formula that our team makes for you, just like this. It comes to your house. It got your name on it, has everything that you see inside of it. And then here is that mind-body integration component that I'm so proud of that we've been able to do. It's 6 sessions where we do this special energetic scan each visit. There's a discussion of what you can do at home. There's some guided meditations that you have this app on your phone, and Kelly's literally guides you through this. We have this, the sophrology means it's a gentle approach to philosophy and to life, and doing breath work and journaling with prompts. And remember, I told everybody, I hope that everybody understand, like, one of the best things you can do for stress management, I think it's the number one thing, is to journal. And it's not for your kids. It's not for your history later on. I mean, maybe someone's going to see benefit from it. The reason why journaling is so important for stress management is it literally is you communicating with the most important person in your life, which is you. And then being able to use literally the abstract and the concrete parts of your brain to connect through the corpus callosum and getting a better neural pathway. I also like talking to yourself, and then there's a self-hypnosis and what we call tuning. We use these specific frequencies that help people to heal. We all know about sound therapy. Even if you haven't heard about sound therapy, I know you practice sound therapy because when you listen to music, or you listen to the radio, or you listen to your headphones, and when you're working out, or when you're meditating, or you're trying to study, like, those beats and those cadences and those rhythms have an effect on you. Like, we are all practicing tuning therapy, whether we know it or not. And then to work together even farther, these virtual visits that we have every month with our team of experts, reviewing and helping you accountable for your diet and your supplements and your lifestyle, and going over questions and making sure that you're accountable. You know, I've worked with a lot of people over my career in business and in coaching and in lifestyle and in relationships. One of the biggest benefits that they offer is they're like, hey, I'm going to follow up with you, and I'm going to hold your feet to the fire, and I'm going to help you do this. I love that accountability component. This is why we know that there's more effective exercise. There's more likelihood of it actually going and you to get to your goal when you have a workout buddy. And we're going to be your healthcare accountability buddy. Also, on Wednesdays, we have an amazing virtual office visits. Let me show you what that looks like. Like, it literally is right behind me. This is our virtual office visits where we're talking about heavy metals, hormones, hormone balance. We have artificial sweeteners, bug bites, knee pain, kidney cysts, natural pain relief, cancer support therapy, chronic infection, ADD, multiple myeloma, allergies. Like, we're going over this every week, and we start off every night. Like, we literally have a virtual office visit. We say, do you have any questions? We go over all the questions, and then the questions that people have been emailing and messaging Macy and everything. Every week, we are looking at those. We have them, all of them in a podcast. And so the online support is so important to help people to be accountable and to get their questions answered. And then we go through literally 50 virtual office visits every Wednesday. This summer, we had to do a couple every other week. Starting next week, it is every week helping people to answer their questions. So whether they're across the street or across the country, like, we can provide a support structure that will save you just enormous amounts of travel and time. And then if you sign up with this, what happens is you immediately go into the Thriver program. You have all of the access to the materials and stuff that I was just telling you about, the podcast, the articles, the reports, all of the books that I've written are on a Flipbook version that you can look at those, the radio interviews we've done. And also what's really fun is we have categorized all of our patient success stories. And I wouldn't say every single diagnosis, but most diagnoses that you can think about. We've had someone come into the office with that condition. Every time I think I've seen all the conditions, someone else comes with something different. And then right afterwards, not only get the program, you go right into the onboarding. You jumpstart the call with our custom patient care coordinator, and Kelly is our mind-body coach, and we start getting you better immediately. And then we're able to answer any questions that you have every single week. And so my mission to help 300 new Thrivers in 2023, that was the goal, is to help 300 people that wanted to live a better life, that were out of hope and out of time and out of options. We've taken a nice bite out of that at the beginning of the year with our existing patient base. Then I decided to open it up when we want to, again, help people to thrive, not just survive. Okay, the Thrivers program. If you want to work with me for the next year and beyond, this is what it looks like. We do that special supplement program of custom supplements in a bottle. We do the custom formulation, the treatment plan with the virtual consults, the video report of findings. Then we make literally a report of findings for your inner circle. And then what we do is we want to put you in the Thrivers tribe so that we can get VIP access to the clinic and the weekly virtual office visits with us. Also with that, we have some bonuses that are really fun. The bonuses, it's hard to see, but I'm just going to read them to you. We have a video vault of conditions of what I would do if I have this different condition. We have hundreds of ebooks and articles, the scientific articles I ever talk about, the best treatments that you ever heard about, the patient success stories, interviews with experts where I just got interviewed on a podcast that's called Legends in Integrative Care. I also got interviewed with the Doctor of the Month. I get asked to be interviewed on podcasts all the time, and it's so fun to compare notes with experts and then put it together for our team. Also, there's a really cool bonus where we have a companion fair. Now, I said companion fair, and since Macy's a lot younger than me, she looked at me, she's like, hey, what is a companion fair? I'm like, well, back in the old days, like for airlines and stuff like that, when you bought a ticket, what happens is they gave you a companion fare ticket at a significant discount. And we call that a companion fare. And so inside of our Thrivers program, we literally have a companion fare for someone in your family. Now, I can't do it for everyone. It's one person in your family, whether it's a spouse or a kid or a parent or a partner or whatever it is. But what you're getting inside of this program, if you decide to work with us on this, we get a 12-month customized program. It's valued at $2,500. Luckily, we've been able to ratchet down that cost significantly. We've been able to get a treatment plan that literally we've been able to knock off a lot of money off the $500 price. We're able to get exclusive outcome to the West Clinic community, and we're able to get the custom office. Like if you had an office visit with me every week for a year, and for our team and for the mind body healing, like it would add up to over $18,000 in services, and no one should have a heart attack. I'm just showing you what it would cost and then what we've been able to do this amazing value for, because we're able to help with the family members and the discounts. And when we add it up, it's literally over $30,000 of care. And I'm not even, it's not even close to that, what we're able to offer it for people. And the education, the treatment I'm going to tell you about is we've been able to offer those or work through this from my great-grandfather, from my grandfather, to my dad, to me. And by the way, I hate to brag, I can't lie either. I've got a son in graduate school in Tampa, Florida right now. He just completed year 1, and he's going to be the 5th generation. He has a little brother that's right behind him that we're able to continue on that legacy. It's almost 110 years. And I've had some people out there say, look, if I knew this was going to get me better, I would totally spend $34,000, which is literally the price of a car. And what I'm telling him is we can be able to do that at a fraction of the cost. And there's so many success stories of people that have spent way less than that, able to get into the system. And so if I tell people, what are we worth? $10,000, and even that's too much. So we've been able to get it down to literally not 10,000. It's not the access. It's not 34,000. Literally, we've been able to get it down to just about $7,500. Like, it's the cost of the lab tests, the mind body healing. It doesn't count the virtual office visits. It doesn't account all of the book supplies, the custom supplementation, the video report of findings. Like, we've been able to discount it literally over $25,000 for our inner circle. And so Macy's going to put up a link here. If we want to do this, like, I'm so excited to work with you. This is the best program that I know of in healthcare. There's more value in this than literally any other program available. And the reason why is because literally just the costs of themselves. You can't buy the lab tests and the supplements and even close to the office visits and support and mind-body healing for anything close to that. And I'm so excited that we are able to work with some sponsors and some vendors and working with the lab companies to ratchet down the costs so that we can provide this amazing value with it. So the library program access, we have all of this set up with the customized supplements, the workbooks, literally the ability to go and answer any questions. If people ask you what you're being treated for, you have a video at your disposal. If they ask what your program, if you ask yourself, I wonder what my program is, now we have a video that is in your HIPAA compliant protocol. It's an app on your phone that's totally protected. You can look it up and you'd be like, oh, well, Jason wants to have a anti-dementia program, and he wants to have a stomach problem, and he wants to be on a prostate prevention program. Like, it tells me. And then if I'm at a party and my cousin's like, hey, what are you up to? And I'm like, I'm just being healthy. I just did a 1,000-mile ride down in Mexico with my sons. And he'll say, well, how do you have the energy to do that? I'm like, well, that's because I'm on a plan. That's what's missing so much in healthcare is we wait for the horse to leave the barn. And then what happens is we're like, oh, well, just surgery will fix it. Or here, this magic pill will fix it. And the answer is it won't. It just puts a Band-Aid over it. Now, surgery is certainly necessary at times. It's certainly overutilized at times, and there's no going back from it. And certainly there are times when you absolutely need prescriptive medication and heart medication, and if you don't have a thyroid, you need thyroid medication. But the vast majority of things really respond nicely to a specific intentional program where we're taking your history and those 9 in-depth blood tests that we do, and we create a program just for you. So the big announcement here is the contest winners and some other winners. The major contest winner, Sarah, absolutely did a ton of work, and you are the grand contest winner. It's my understanding, as Sarah said, that she has a special thing she's going to do with this. Jamie Watkins, you took second place. What you get is all of the lab tests that were put together, plus my interpretation of those. It's an incredible thousands of dollar giveaway. And then Alyssa, you get a year of virtual office visits. You can come on board with me every Wednesday night, and I will help you with any questions you have, any questions for your friends and family. You can get all of the virtual office visits and everything else. And then we've got a ton of number 23 winners. So Jean, Gina, Samantha, Becky, Sylvia, Ruby, Becky, Katie, Amy, Tammy, and Cindy, you are getting the Delta Veritas, which is my custom formulation that I made right before the epidemic that has vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin D, and zinc in it. It's so helpful for any infection that you have. Like if Amy had an infection, or if Ruby had an infection, and it was, I'm just using examples here, like it was a cold, or it was some type of viral infection, or it was sinusitis or cellulitis. Like, this is a really good place. It's a general overall immune system stimulator. Now, you guys, a couple things. One, I wanted to tell everybody how grateful I am that I got to share with you what happens, why, which is to reach, teach, and to heal the world. I want to help more people to have a better life. And I get frustrated when people are diagnosed with something like maybe it's an Epstein-Barr condition, or maybe they're told that they have chronic fatigue and they just have to live with it. Or maybe they're saying, hey, we're going to do this, cancer treatment, and no matter what, you're going to get chemoneuropathy and your hair's going to fall out. And we can do some support therapies, and we can do some things that will help them to regain some of the things that they've lost. Like, I just want more people to know about it. What's coming up? September 17th, we're running it back. We're doing an arthritis week. And it's all going to be focused on aches and pains. And literally, if this is your shin bone and this is your thigh bone, it goes like this. And then if it comes together, it starts to grate. We start irritating the periosteum, which is the thing around the bones. And what happens is they start thinking, oh, you need joint replacement therapy, or you need this type of prescription, or you need an anti-inflammatory, or there's no hope for you. There is. And that's just one of, there's over 100 different types of arthritis. And literally, we're going to be talking about that. I've got some ideas from a program in the future. But for right now, I really want everybody to be aware and take the advantage of, let's take where you are here. Let's go through your history. Let's go through the tests, and let's test your DNA. Let's rule out and heavy metals and how we can get them out of your body. Let's go through any mold exposures. Let's really, really focus in on finding out what's wrong. Then let's build a program specifically for you. Like, we can custom make, there's only one formula in the world that will be with your name on it, coming to your house. And then literally we can have this amazing mind-body healing support structure. We can really do some amazing things to help you to build yourself up and to be healthy. And instead of being $34,000 or $20,000 or $10,000, it's an amazing price. There's an option. If you need financing help, there's a way that you can do that. Like Jody, our patient care coordinator, has some amazing ways to help you. We've got some amazing relationship with financial institutions. There's a 3-payment program. By the way, there's an amazing discount if you do it all up front. You get $500 off. But if you're across the street or across the country, I really believe that you can make a huge difference in your health by putting the stuff in that the body needs. So that is our Hellness to Wellness program. Like, that is what we've been able to put through to this week. If I wanted to make sure that there was tons of value, what to do for stress, how to look at yourself at home, how to look at your thyroid function, how to recognize barriers to healing, what to look for on blood tests, what vitamins to take. And then if you don't use it, you lose it. So use your brain, use your body, eat right, be positive, put parameters around toxic relationships. I have a statement in the office. You're not your diagnosis. You're not your disease. There's a person in there. And if you work with people and you work on exactly what they need, then you can really help a lot of things that were thought to be incurable to be incredible. That's our program for you tonight, you guys. I'd love to see if you'd like to work with us, check out the link. Macy's got it in here. Big internet hugs to everyone. I'm your host, Dr. Jason West. I've done a radio show called America's Healer. My mission is to reach, teach, and heal the world. I'll see you on the next patient success story. We'll see you in the next arthritis week that we're going to do, and you're going to see where we're taking people that literally thought they couldn't be helped, and we're making miracles for them. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, we're good. Woohoo!
That was
Did
good.
it.
That's as good as I got.
That was good.